Hey guys, welcome back. It's Gun Reaper, another video for Raid Shadows. This week we are going to break down the full content of Plat Arena Push. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get into this. This is Plat Reset that we did today. As you can see in the corner, it's the last 15 minutes of Plat Reset, and we're going to go over what we did wrong, what mistakes I made, and what teams I'm specifically looking for, which I think is the most important. I do want to go over, I do want to mention that we are only using like 2 or 3 teams within this push. Try and stick to 2 really, and with the 5 champions, and you'll see what I mean. And there is not much difference with them, but there is reasons why I'm swapping out teams, which we'll get into with the video. So we are on UK's account. He's a claw member, quite regular in my streams, and we are starting off with Push on his. So the idea is do a takeover, get him his plat avatar, and help him with his champions, and give him coaching and stuff to help him improve for his future plat pushes as well. At the moment I don't really care about personal bests on this account. I'm just mainly trying to get the avatar and securing the plat finish within the top 500. If I can beat the personal best, that's even better. Okay, so going into this, as you can see, we're running a Kaima, Duchy, and Man Series, and a Trunda. Luckily we have 2 Duchies on this, so we built one for defense and we built one for offense. This one's in a shield set just to try and help out with candies a bit more, because Trunda is weak affinity, and we're trying to just keep the whole team alive, as well as Kaima as well. So you can see there, pretty much dropping their defense down. Necrid is annoying. Obviously there is a protection set in here as well, as we can see, which is probably on Necrid. It's quite common. Duchies takes out Duchy. Necrid is a long fight because of his animations and stuff like that. If you're going against Necrid, you know that it's going to be a long one. And there is a reason why you need a shield set sometimes with offense. And as you can see, Trunda probably would have gone down there, but she didn't due to that shield set. And then we're going to clean it up. It's a bit of a long fight, honestly, that 1 minute is not a bad, but ideally you want to be in and out, and Necrid is just one of them ones that could take a bit long. But we're starting off, so usually the teams that I'm looking for are go second teams. We're trying to avoid certain champions like Hedgie and stuff like that. We have got a Cardio down here, and we could take Hedgie on, just like it just takes so long that I don't bother. And we also have a Hedgie down here as well. So we have as you can see, Mfala's everywhere pretty much at the moment in the arena. Doesn't really cause me any problems, she's just a bit annoying. The cleanse, so we come with the AoE cleanse. We have 2 strict champions, so I'm not too worried about Stone Skin as well. That's why I really like this team. I'm focused on other go second teams. If Duchess does her abilities fast, if she's too fast, and as you can see, we're really lucky against that Trunda because it is a swift parry Trunda, which could have took us out, but with the shield set it was fine. Oh, my apologies. Where was we? Okay, so this is the first one. Let's just speed it up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, clean, done. I did make a mistake here, and we did lose one offense battle today, but it was actually a mistake. I picked the wrong team. Okay, so we have 2 revivers here. and 2 revivers are a bit annoying to deal with. As you can see, I try and bring in her when we have 2 revivers, so it works out we got a double strip coming in from Kaima because they reset abilities, which you'll see later on in there. We have a shield set, and then she's the fastest one to basically put the cooldowns on, and then Kaima. You always want her to be faster, or a warlord to be faster. So you can see we got True Fear there, which is a bit disappointed. So Duchy is fast, she's about 240 speed, but she's in a shield set. When we come in and we nuke. Now with double revive, you can bring up block with a double revive. I do try and bring a champion that can put abilities on cooldown, just so you can try and stop them being really annoying. Obviously we get resisted there. Could have used accuracy lead, but again I didn't really think about that at the time. Oh, I need some more coffee, it looks like. Smith Perry kicking in there just to make this fight a bit longer. Again, when you're going up against 2 revivers, your fights could be slightly long, 41 seconds. We're just checking placing to make sure we're not pushing too high. Overall, this push was a lot harder. We got attacked a lot more on defense. There was more experienced players for sure this week than there was last week, so it was a bit harder. I was thinking about attacking this guy, but then I was thinking, well, the Kaima on this account's pretty slow, and I was thinking maybe we could take it on, but we couldn't. Could have took it on with probably with Hedgie, but Rhea could have cleansed, which might have caused us a problem. So as you can see here, took the wrong one. I was actually meant to pick the top team, but using the accuracy lead because of Lydia, and you'll see that we're going to lose this because Leo's going to take out Trunda in a second. Leo is super dangerous, and last week we did avoid Leos, but if you have a champion like Warlord or this chick, I can't remember her name, but like a Warlord ability where you can put them on cooldown, you can counter Leos pretty easily, especially if you're running a shield set. Does help. Or a Necrid as well, Stone Skin, all them lovely stuff that we like to see. So I was actually meant to use this one here, which was just the lead for more accuracy. And then as you can see there, we get the cooldown and everyone's time set from Life Bane. And we did sleep Leo this time, and that's why I like this team. It made you take on Leos really easily. Again, you can use Drake's Blood if you have him on your account to lock out his passive, which will stop him being unkillable. So you see we're looking here, we're going up against a Torment. The thing that I want to point out is with Torments we have to really be careful, but because we're not buffing up, the chances of us getting frozen is really slim. And then obviously Dutch is good at bringing block revive. So block damage. But not block damage, block buffs to stop us being frozen when Kaima does the E3. So we do the ability there. Kaima sleeps them. She does her stuff. And then with block damage, then we're pretty much fine then. Then the Torment isn't really a problem, and like attacking go second teams is what I normally do best when I'm pushing plat, and this is why I say you don't need a speed team or good speed to do plat arena, because if you build a good go second team you should be fine. At the moment the 2 strongest ones is the Necrid with the shield set and a load of Stone Skin with like Yoshi. It's probably like the top one at the moment everyone's using as meta. And then there's 1 or 2 people using a duchy. There's this type of setup. There's not many people that use this type of setup. There's a lot of people using Unity sets or Unity teams, but I generally just use this type of team and it works all the time for me. So you can see the 2 teams there that I'm regularly using. So when do I use a Madam series? I use a Madam series when I think there is a Stone Skin possible, a Necrid or Ursula, mainly because the defense down just helps with damage. This Trunda has 6.7k attack, I believe, in Call and Savage, and around about 167 speed. With the speed lead, makes her about 190, probably about 180 from Kaima. So she's still a little bit slow, but we're not really that bothered by the speed. You can see Candy causing Trunda some problems, and this is why Leo at the moment is probably the best nuker in the game when it comes to pushing plat, because the unkillable is just so powerful against Candy. If anything, he wanted to do that to get a bigger hit in. And Ursula just really slow. I still think she's better in Guardian and not in Stone Skin, but people, you know, like I did think about taking on Froggy, but then I was thinking, well, Froggy's probably got a really fast straight blood or something like that. I was thinking we just don't need the problem. You have got to be careful with attacking a Sifi and Rodus, because you can lose against them, especially if you get RNG'd. Having a Trunda and Madam really helps, obviously with a double hit on the A3. Normally you would go in and use A2 on Trunda, but because we have the reset and the defense down, I just set it up to be like that, and it's always been faster. So as you can see, we got through his team pretty quick, but the Stone Skin has just dragged it out with the animations. Oh, I don't know why we ordered so much, sorry. So we're just checking the defense log, just seeing how we're doing. That's the defense team that we're running. We're just going to speed up a bit more. So overall, not many mistakes. So this team here, Duchess goes, Sifi goes. Sifi going first is fine, but Duchess is way too fast in this team. She buffs up. I've got 2 buff strips in here, so I can just strip this team and nuke it pretty fast. And this is the problem with having a really fast Duchy. And that's why I think sometimes Sifi now is bad for Arena. She's speeding you up. You're outrunning your Stone Skin. You're outrunning your reaction really fast. If you're going to do a Sifi, make her way slower. Just catch people off guard. End of the day, if you want a decent defense, sometimes just thinking outside the box can really help. Just don't follow everyone else. Like maybe do a Sifi A1 instead of buffing up, because then you're not making your team too fast. She can buff up afterwards when the reaction's gone anyway, and then sleep in the nuker, right? Because normally she would sleep the nuker. So it's just about these little things that can make a big difference to your defense. Like one person, it will catch one person off guard, and you will win that fight, and that will just make that one difference in your rankings, or between you finishing in the plat arena or not, if you're trying to get your first push. As you can see here, we are going on. Cardials are really long fights, so you know, I do avoid them a little bit. The main one I avoid in Go Second teams are Warlord and Hedgie and Kaimans, because Kaimans are not fast and my Kaiman's not that fast. Yes, I could use a speed team, but we just want to stick to 1 or 2 teams. You don't want to make it too complicated. I'm avoiding Warlords because I don't want to get locked out, and again my Kaiman's really slow. And then we're also avoiding Hedgies because we could build a Hedgie team or counter, but then we have to think about, is it a 1 hedgy, is it a nuke hedgy, do we need short set? And this is why I avoid warlords, and I just stick to this job. Now if you have Ran 2 Drake's Blood, you can replace Man of Series if you are, and also as you can see, used Warlord's counterparter from Shadow King. I can't remember her name. So overall on attack, I don't feel I did too bad. I made that one mistake at the start, a couple of slow fights which I maybe could have made faster. Again, we're going up against Leo, so we bring in the cooldown ability, and again we sleeper and we get away with what we need to do. Okay, he's woken up, that's fine, but he still can't do the A2 and the A3. So then we're able to take him out, and then lucky enough, she isn't able to revive because of the cooldown ability. This one was a bit close, could have gone a bit easier, but yeah, we did alright. There's our first defensive ring. Thank you, Remark. Sometimes you just need that one win within pushing plat. So we're looking, we're thinking, okay, Cardials, no problem. Trunders, no problem. To go second team. Candies, no problem. This team is really effective if you are looking for that arena push. If you only have one duchy, that's fine. It just makes your defense a bit weaker because your duchy will need to be fast. The other option is you come in with your immunity team, but if you come in against an immunity team, using an immunity team, then you will lose your ability to use Savage. And another thing that you could do is, if your Sifi is the fastest champion on your account, then if you can get your Arbiter, who should be your second fastest in immunity, will give you 2 types of teams as well. So my account has 1 Arbiter, but she's an immunity speed tuned to my Sifi, because then I'm able to use immunity team in 3 versus 3 or plat pushing, right? And I don't need to worry about hedgies and stuff like that, unless you can hedgies, of course. As you can see, we've got through that team very fast. Nice. He's a regular pushing plat, but I wanted a little bit of revenge because he hit my 3 versus 3 team. I'm on my account, so obviously I remember the name. Again, we're going to go with another Leo, so we use accuracy lead. The main one I want to put on cooldown is Leo, right? So we can't use his A2, can't use his A3. He's asleep because of Kaimar. Again, Kaimar going second, not before, because Kaimar won't sleep him then, and that's the most important bit. So as you can see, this one I think was a bit of a long one. I think we did get RNG'd. Leo's A1 getting really hard. As you can see, I stopped the fight because I wanted to revive and then try and get the cooldown, the A3 back possible. And then Kaimar's is asleep again. I think we got resisted there because Kaimar is pretty decent build, so we definitely got resisted against Leo with a strip, which probably didn't help. He's gone down now, which means my Trunder will be fine. And this was the longest fight, and really I should have backed out, but I didn't. And I know we were coming towards the end of the push and my team was fairly okay, so I didn't want to take the lose really. As you can see, when it's got the double lines, there is a protection team there, and that's definitely on Necrid. For offense, I do want Stone Skin and Necrid or a shield set. I prefer me a shield set, but on offense people are running the protection. Now I hope you guys really like this. We're coming into the last battle now, which we didn't unfortunately get in time. I wasn't fast enough, But yeah, I hope really this really helps people with the plat pushing, and go second teams are the way now in plat pushing, which is good for everyone else that doesn't want to buy speed gear and stuff like that. And plat arena isn't as hard as people think, right? It's still the hardest content in the game, but a lot of people can get that finish. And I heard that Final Capucci, who is a free-to-play player, was able to get his plat finish at the last weekend or the weekend before. So we got a comfortable position of 162. We're still fishing for the avatar, but it is what it is. Again, another plat finish for UK. I hope you guys like this video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and go and check out my Twitch channel as well, Grim Reaper TV Raid, where I do all my account takeovers for like plat pushing or rebuild build teams on stream, so you can see all that, like Hydra takeovers and stuff like that as well. Until next time, I'll see you all when I see you. Have a great week, and I'll see you in stream or the next video.